If this were to be our last conversation ever, what would you want me to never forget?
That you are so loved. You are so lovable. You are so worthy of love. That this world is a better place because you're in it. That you have made an indelible mark on my life for the better. Do your best impression of me.
Do your best impression of me. Okay, so he said 30 seconds. Okay, I'm ready. I am a warrior. Let's jump.
I love you so much. Okay.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, this is going to be a really difficult one. Are you ready?
Bring it.
In what ways do you feel we are reflections of one another?
You know, that's a real head scratcher. Like on what level? Like we have so many things in common, like just structural beliefs, like how we approach life, how we, like even like our deconstruction journeys, like the amount of safety that we have with each other to just kind of properly unmask and be.
Yeah.
To just be. I know that seeing you give yourself grace and permission to rest and permission to look out for yourself, I've taken that lesson. Like that's given me permission to do more of that for myself. I think we've both dealt with pain we should have never had to deal with. We've both been given grief that wasn't ours to carry by people who should have protected us and who were supposed to have our side, who were supposed to have our back. And I thought you were, like there's this light, there's this natural light that comes from you, and you can't see it from your vantage point, but it is abundantly clear. Like you have this light and this aliveness about you. You're not going to be overlooked, you know, like you are anything but mundane. And there's something so beautiful about that. And like, I knew you were special the first day I met you.
Do you see your light? Like, do you see your own light that shines? Because I mean, like, I was thinking you are so unapologetically yourself. Maybe, I mean, I get to see you being unapologetically yourself, and that has more than once given me permission and inspiration and to be myself as well. And I just wonder, like hearing you talk about me is like hearing my own thoughts about you. About you. It's, I don't know, cheesy or corny or whatever, but like it's true.
It's honest.
And
it's
so I
cheesy.
just wonder, do you know all these things that you're saying about me, which I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to choose to believe that. Do you know that that is true about you?
Rationally, I have enough data from my loved ones, my patients, I know that I make a positive impact in people's lives. If there's a magnitude to it, I don't have a reference, unfortunately. I think that it was force-fed to me in some pretty formative years that I was an inconvenience, that I was a cause of shame, that I was responsible for so many big bad things that a child should never be responsible for. And I think it's hard to shake that. So I know that I still nurse a very deep wound of being abandonable, of being able to be discarded, of being of use, temporary, like a single serving to-go tray of a person. And I think a lot of the love that comes from me is because I view that there is a deep there's a deep deficit of that. And I think I'm kind of on a mission to try and correct that. And I think that's where all the love from me comes from, is because so often I didn't get it when I needed it, I think that's another thing we have in common.
Yeah. Be the person you needed. I would love for baby Joan to meet current Joan.
Oh my God.
That baby would be protected. That baby would know nothing but love.
That's why I love watching you interact. I love watching it. Because I know while you are meeting her with grace and encouragement, still with boundaries, still with expectations, and still with follow through, like while you're doing all of this and parenting her in a way that validates who she is as her own little person, like I know you're healing little you at the same time. And that's a lot of work.
That is the one thing they don't really tell you about, like, having kids. Like, yeah, you're going to parent this little person and you're going to parent this little person. Like, and she's great. And that's not why I'm saying this, but she is so much like me, like how I remember me being. And every time that I am not like the mother who raised me, it's a joy and like a pain at the same time. Like, I'm gonna
You
let
weren't
this
that hard
baby,
to love.
You are not that hard to love.
You are not that hard to love.
You're very easy to love. You're not abandonable. I hate that is a message you received.
I love you. And baby Kim would be so loved, so cared for, and thriving, and whatever princess she identified as that week, without fail. Like, I know,
Oh my God.
Yeah. When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about caring for me?
Oh my. Oh my. I do feel like you show up for me vulnerable. I do remember not long after the thing with your house, seeing how much that had hurt you and affected you, and how angry I was on your behalf and how angry you weren't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that you don't need someone to rage on your behalf. It's nice. And I'm always here for you. And you decide you want that. But you don't need that. You seemed to be centered, but needing that reassurance that it's not something you deserve. That's not something that you brought upon yourself. I mean, shit, I think about the shit with your dad. How much I hate that motherfucker.
Didn't have enough abandonment as a child, so we just spank a little bit more as an adult.
And how vulnerable you allowed yourself to be with him, and how he handled that. And I don't know if I said it to you. I don't know if you need to hear it, but I feel I need to say it to you. You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve any of that. There's nothing you could have done to deserve any of that. And I don't know, when it comes to caring for you, I know that you need to hear not just how loved you are, because I feel like you know that you're loved, but that piece of knowing how easy it is to love you, like breathing. And somebody who can't see that or doesn't value it, like they see it and that's not on you. That's not a reflection of you. That's not something that you have to carry. I think reminding you of that is the best thing that I can do for you in those situations.
I do have a tendency to assign an inappropriate amount of responsibility to myself for situations. I want to feel like I had some control.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We want to control it, even if it goes wrong, because then we can draw a direct line to why it went wrong when that wasn't on you. You did not bring that on yourself.
Thank you.
If this were to be our last conversation ever, what would you want me to never forget?
That you are so loved. You are so lovable. You are so worthy of love. That this world is a better place because you're in it. That you have made an indelible mark on my life for the better. That there would be a void in my world without you in it. And the very prospect of this being our last conversation is just not something I'm willing to. It's
not ready for it. I refuse. I rebuke it.
There you go. I'm not willing to consider it. But if it were, I would want you to know just how wonderful and lovely and vibrant and bigger than this world you are, and how lucky I am to have you in my life and to love you.
It's a hell of a last conversation.
Now you.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
How do you feel about my wedding later this year?
It does not say that.
It says it.
I'm Joan. The noises that escaped me when you sent me the text and the pictures, screaming, yelling, crying, throwing up. Like, and this is, I don't know, I feel like sometimes being like the divorcee, right? Like, I'm expected to be like, oh God, you're getting married. Why would you want to do that?
Let me tell you what to put on the prenup.
Exactly. When it's like, I love, first of all, but like seeing my loved ones be loved, like, holy shit, there is nothing better in this world. I have met him, but I haven't given him the 3rd degree yet. So he's on notice still. But I see how loved you are by him. I see that shine through you. I see nothing but joy in this upcoming wedding that is going to happen. So I'm like through the roof. I guess if we're being honest in the space, I want to marry you. Like, officiate your wedding, not marry you. I want to be involved. Like, I want to help bring about this lovely, wonderful thing you're going to get to experience and do. Like, the wedding, yes, is fun. It's a whole experience in itself, but like the marriage portion of it and, you know, whatever that relationship is for y'all and what that means for y'all, I'm not going to assume that I know what that is, but I think that I trust that y'all know what that is.
Yeah.
And that you are just ready to fall headfirst right into it. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see it.
So you kind of beat me to the punch.
Stop.
Because I was going to take this as an opportunity.
Shut up, really?
I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
Like I don't want to be that person.
Well, so I didn't want to be that person of like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but like, you know, I was going to ask you like, if it would be too much for you to be my bridesmaid, but I would love to have you as an officiant. Like, that would be amazing.
I will be wherever you want me to be.
I want you up there with me in some capacity. Like it was one of the greatest joys of my early 20s to be able to stand there and witness for you, you know? Even knowing what we know now, that was a beautiful wedding.
I mean, I don't want to brag.
It was great.
It was a great fucking wedding.
Like down to the bride wagon.
I almost forgot about the bride wagon.
I will never forget the bride wagon. But yeah, like it was one of the greatest joys of that time in my life, being a part of that for you. And I couldn't do it without you. You are needed to be a part of it. I was worried that this would be kind of like putting you, like, you know, I had this whole thing in my head of like, you know, you don't have to answer now. and you know, I know this is a lot of pressure. This is kind of like proposing at the Astros game. You know, but like,
yeah.
Whenever would I get an opportunity to,
always, anywhere you want me. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you hear? She was just saying thank you. Did you get that? That was amazing. Did we do that?
Everybody should tell you thank you.
No.
Everybody should say. Come on. All of you. Thank you for being
1000%.
here. But thank you for
No, thank you
birthing
guys
us.
for opening up. The whole project is predicated on the participants' courage to open up. I mean, that's really like when
She's
we won the
pretty
Emmy. That
courageous.
was the first thing we said. We said thank you, the courage. Because otherwise, nothing would exist. So I appreciate you guys coming and open up and sharing a bit of your souls with us. It means a lot.
Always a love.
If you love the And Conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.